Hey guys, so we continue our countdown of the 100 greatest horror films of all time, and we are going now from 51 to 74. And we start off with 74, The Strangers, 2008. This movie, in its realism and the fact that this could potentially happen, it makes it that much more terrifying. You know, you get home invasion films, you know, like I want to say Funny Games is the name of it. You get those type of home invasion films, and it's pretty out there. But The Strangers and the approach that it takes when it comes to building the suspense and certain scenes and images that appear that they're just really spooky and creepy. But you know, you cannot deny the performances, especially by Liv Tyler. It's a fantastic movie. Didn't do much. I didn't think I want to say Pray at Night, the second one, was that good. It just lacked something, but the original Strangers was absolutely phenomenal. You could see The Strangers Chapter 2. I mean, it got rebooted at Chapter 1 last year, Chapter 2 this year. It's nowhere near being as good as the original. That movie was really freaking awesome. At 73, you gotta go Smile. You want to talk about original, you never thought that a grin could be that bad. I mean, I know the Joker can make it happen, but like that, I mean, it's just freaking creepy as hell. And part 2 is just as good, to me, maybe a little better, but especially because of Naomi Scott's performance. But Smile, it was just different, and you just really never saw anything like that. So I really liked it a lot. At 73, Smile. 72, It Follows, 2014, same thing. You know, there are certain things as far as imagination that can really mess with you. And when it comes to a movie like It Follows, it kind of gives you the barrels from Jaws, the music from Jaws, you know, things that are unseen, but it's all in, you know, it's intended for you to think that it's there, right? It Follows is no different, and you know, the performances in that is really you know, I mean, it's terrifying. You feel for these people, but really good. Is it abstinence? Is that the key thing? Is abstinence? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below, but still a good movie. I got off to it a lot. 72, It Follows. 71, Demons. This movie is one of my favorite horror films of all time. It's definitely in my top 20. Dario Argento's Demons is just ugly, man. That's an ugly ass movie. Like, it's dated as far as the makeup effects, but at its time in 1985, that was pretty freaking practical, pretty freaking good. I liked it a lot. Jaretta, I believe her name is played the head demon on that. She was fantastic in that movie, and just the ending of it all, you know, really you want more, but in the second one that you get, it doesn't continue from where this one left off, so it kind of disappointed in that sense, but still a good movie. Argento was phenomenal in that. Demon. 71. At 70, you know, I'm gonna give it to Wrong Turn. I'm gonna give it to Wrong Turn because, you know, you get these backwoods type of horror films, you know, where, and even Deliverance isn't a horror film, but, you know, these backwood type of freaking, you know, terror that's out there, you know, Friday the 13th, you know, stuff like that. But this one takes that combination of a Deliverance and of a Friday the 13th, blends it together, and got some pretty awesome kills in that movie. I like part 3 the most, but I'll get into that. You can actually go into my one of our past videos, horror top 5, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, Wrong Turn at 70. 69, Prince of Darkness, another Carpenter classic. You get a re-team there of Carpenter and Donald Pleasance, but it's, you know, one of those religious faith horror films. I'm not that big of a fan of those type of movies, but still a good movie, good scares in there. Prince of Darkness, number 69. Phantasm. Angus Scrimm as a tall man is what nightmares are freaking made of. Him and the Reverend from Poltergeist 2. That's some scary shit right there. So yeah, but it all started with the tall man Angus Scrim, and God rest his soul. But good movie. It's a little out there. It's a little out there. The spears are cool. I think the spears look better in Phantasm 2, but still pretty good concept. Pretty cool concept. I mean, Phantasm 68. 67 City of the Living Dead, 1980. Lucio Fulci, that's another brutal one, man. I mean, Lucio Fulci did Zombie, and that is probably one of the creepiest zombie films I've ever seen. City of the Living Dead is not that different from that, but it's a good one. At 67. 66, The Devil's Backbone. This is like Guillermo del Toro, real spooky, especially when there's kids involved. Anytime when there's kids involved in a horror film, yeah, let's just do something else. But check it out, The Devil's Backbone. 66. From Dusk Till Dawn. 65. I mean, you have a cast like that. That's a phenomenal cast. And Robert Rodriguez taking a lot of elements from Quentin Tarantino, who's in the damn movie, and giving it that Latin culture, that Latin vibe, with some amazing Chicano music, Chicano rock. It's just a fantastic a blend of horror, of comedy, of music. It was Sinners before Sinners, and absolutely one of the greatest dance sequences of all time by Miss Salma Hayek. Absolutely love it. From Dusk Till Dawn, number 65. At 64, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I want to say this was written by Kevin Williamson, who did Scream. I think this came out a year later from Scream, and it kind of followed in that tradition because Scream reignited that slasher genre, and I Know What You Did Last Summer was a big part of that. So at number 64, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Enough said. 63, Jeepers Creepers. You get a nice little blend of Texas Chainsaw Massacre with just a creature feature, and it is freaking phenomenal. The scene with the brother and sister, and they're driving, and in the back you see the creeper on top of the police car. Absolutely fan-effing-tastic. I love that scene. It's such a great movie, and you still don't know what the hell it is, but hey, it's just a phenomenal movie. Jeepers Creepers. 63. 62, Final Destination. I mean, Final Destination started a different type of horror. It was almost like It Follows before It Follows, minus the whole abstinence thing. But Final Destination is just a creepy movie, and it has so much legs. I mean, recently, Final Destination Bloodlines, over $100 million. It still has its bite there, and Final Destination 7, I want to say, will be coming out soon. So definitely a good one. Started in 2001 and has not stopped since. At 61, you got to go Wreck. For me, one of the freaking scariest found footage films ever. It just straight up pisses on Paranormal Activity. It pisses on freaking Blair Witch Project. Wreck is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people haven't seen it because it's a Spanish movie, but it is phenomenal. If you have not seen it, check out Wreck. 61. At 60, Let the Right One In. This is a Swedish film. It was in 2008. It was remade in America. I don't remember exactly the year. I apologize, but it was Let Me In with Chloe Grace Moretz. Was good, not as good as Let the Right One In. The ending, when it comes to the revenge, I will just leave it at that. Swimming pool scene is phenomenal. I'll just leave it at that. Let the Right One In. 60. 59 is The Descent. Very claustrophobic, but awesome because you get a completely all-female cast. You don't really get that too often, where it's just nothing but females and what they go through while they're in these caves. And then of course the humanoids are absolutely freaking scary as shit. So, but yeah, Descent. 59. At 58, Reanimator. I freaking love Reanimator. I thought that Jeffrey Combs as Herbert West was just absolutely awesome. Good practical effects in that too, especially with the makeup and the severed head, and there's certain things that are done with that severed head that are pretty freaking interesting. If you have not seen it, check out Reanimator. At 58, Near Dark. Hey, this was around the lot. This is like You got the Lost Boys, which is a name brand, and then you got Near Dark, which is like Hill Country Fair, Great Value, that kind of thing. But still good nonetheless. Bill Paxton is gold in everything he does, and he absolutely shines in Near Dark at 57. At 56, Hellraiser. This is Clive Barker's directorial debut and absolutely one of the most iconic movies of all time, giving us one of the best horror villains of all time in Pinhead. I mean, just everything about it is just absolutely great. And hey, you know what? I wish I had that much game like Frank to make a... I mean, this girl was killing people to bring this guy back to life so he can take care of the business. I want to be like Frank. Anyway, Hellraiser at 56. 55, Return of the Living Dead. Obviously, they say that it's a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. I don't really think it is, but hey, I'm game. I'm playing with it because I'm playing along because this movie is absolutely funny and it's freaking awesome. And Linnea Quigley is just she's just freaking pure 80s punk rock in this movie. Great freaking cast. And just the not the gore, but all of the zombie kills and just everything about it. I love Return of the Living Dead. At 55, 54. You know, you gotta go back to the Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera of 1925. You know, at the reveal is one of the most iconic horror sequences in history of film. And not just horror films, but in film, as far as the reveal of the Phantom of the Opera. Just that by itself is worth the price of admission. At 54, Phantom of the Opera. At 53, Creepshow. Look, I mean, Creepshow is just, it's iconic, it's amazing, it's phenomenal. I absolutely love Creepshow. Great anthology film. And you have so many horror masters behind it, like Stephen King and George Romero. Check it out. Creepshow, and then you got Leslie Nielsen, Ted Danson. Great cast. At 52 is The Changeling. This is George C. Scott in a freaking horror ghost movie, especially when it comes to a kid in a wheelchair. Enough said. I don't want to freaking see that movie again. At 51 is The Evil Dead 1981. That movie is, Sam Raimi's directorial debut also. And it just launched into this big freaking thing, and it's amazing. 2013 I thought was a little better than 81, but 81 started it all. So you got to go with Evil Dead. That rounds off the second set of the 100.